Hey, what's going on, everyone? Dan the Glass Man here. You're watching the Glass Man's World, and today I wanted to do an update on our tomato plant. So we've had our tomato plant in the windowsill here. I've had it covered and kept safe away from the cats. We got some new kitties in the last few months. What are they now? 8 months old? So they've been getting into the plants. I've been having to do a lot of rearranging and protecting the plants, making sure that the plants are up here mostly, and basically trying to give the kitties the lower area down here, because there's no stopping them. So today we're gonna do a transplant with our tomato plant here. Now this is the one that started in the aquarium. Now if you haven't noticed, the aquarium is actually in the window here, and I haven't started anything in there, but I'm hoping that I can get like some sort of a plexiglass on the top. Oh my gosh, we're by the Air Force Base, guys, and I guess they got
Boogie to be quiet.
it just got all loud. And so I haven't planted anything in there yet, but hopefully we'll have a plexiglass top soon, and we can get some plants started in there. So this plant started in there, and it's now, I don't know how old it is. I guess I started these December 21st, if I remember correctly. So I've had this juice bottle cut. This is actually set up so you can have a self-watering system where you can have a plant in here and water in here. And that's what we might actually do today, is do that. I was thinking that we may actually put this tomato plant directly back into this container. I'm not 100% sure. So we're gonna, here, let me just rest that up to the side. And I want to see, yeah. So we might be able to just do that, and then that way, this whole entire container here will now be a watering reservoir, and I won't have to water our tomato for, I don't know, at least a month or two. So we can now do an experiment to see how long it'll take until the next time that we water this. So let's do a quick transplant. So I got some soil here. We have a bottle. Basically, we make self-watering containers with the bottle here. You cut the top off. You put the top into the bottom. I don't know if I have any that are like available for me to show you real quickly. Here might be a bottle here. I can show you actually. So here's the bottom. And then you just basically put the top right in there. And then you have a plant in there, and the water, this is your water reservoir. Your wick pulls the water up. That's a self-watering container, self-watering planter. And so we're going to just use a bigger watering reservoir here. And we're going to add some soil. We're going to make sure that the soil is going all the way around the wick here. So we're just going to drop a little bit of soil in it first. And just make sure that the wick is directly in the center. So we'll just make sure that all that soil goes right into the cap down there. Push it into the cap. That's fine. So that way you have a nice wick on the bottom. And that soil will absorb all that moisture and water around that wick there. And then the rest of it, we're just going to fill it up a little bit with a little soil. And then we'll transplant our plant in there. You see what I'm doing, Boogie? Mm-hmm. Our son's checking it out right now. He's very interested whenever I'm doing gardening.
He's learning.
Yes, he is learning. So now we're going to put this here. This will be filled up with water. We'll basically just get our drinking water. We'll make sure that it's all nice. Now I'm going to put this. So this has a wick, so this has been absorbing water through the bottom. I'm going to just flip this over real quick above this plant here. So if we lose any soil, it's just going to fall right into the planter here. just like that. And we have the wick still, that's good. And then you can see, I don't know if you guys can see, let me bring you guys closer so I don't make a big mess. But you can see all the roots have come out. So it's pretty much root bound and ready for the transplant. So now we're just going to simply flip this over real carefully. Put that directly into that planter there. Just like that. We'll try to keep that whole root ball all together. And you know, it'd be nice if I actually had this in a cage so it would stand up on its own, because it's just gonna fall over.
Hey!
All right, so now we'll get more soil and we'll just fill it up around the base here and around the sides. Just like that. I'll just make sure that soil's going in. And get a little bit at a time. And try not to make a big old mess here, since we're doing it on the coffee table inside. And that's pretty much it. That's a real simple way on how to transplant your plant. Just go from a smaller container to a bigger container, or a smaller planter to a bigger planter, you know. And then you just want to be real careful, real gentle around the root and around the base of the stem there. You don't want to damage it in any way. You don't want to bend it or break it, anything like that. And we're going to add some soil around the base of it so we can also help it stand up. I'm just going to do a little bit at a time here. Thank you for holding that open, Boogie.
Thank you. Welcome to Ready.
Thank you. Welcome to.
Yeah, they're helping me help you.
Thank you for letting me help you. Thank you for letting you, helping me help you.
Mama, that's a good plan.
All right. And then we'll just get the soil just around the stem just a little bit, just to help it stand up. You know, most tomato plants, they really do just want to fall down and lay on the ground. And then, you know, on the all these little tiny hairs, they will actually re-root themselves, and you'll have a really nice plant on the ground if you grow them naturally, just like that. But that's all it is. And then we'll fill this up with water to the where the cap is. So we'll fill it up to here, and then we'll see how long that lasts, and we'll give you guys another update on the next time when all the water has gone down. So let's fill it up real quick. Let's go get some water, Boogie.
Okay.
All right. All right. And you want to just get water in there? Here. All right. Let's go over here, and we'll go get some water. You think that's good?
Yeah, because I have a water.
I don't know if we have enough water in here. Over here. I'm going to use this water, not the sink water, okay? Alright, so now we're going to just get our filtered water here. He's all excited. These take forever to pour.
Stop! That's enough! Enough!
No, we need it all the way full. We're pretty close. And then I'll probably top it off to the cap, but I just want to show you. Uh-oh, my finger's stuck. Okay. Alright, so now we got our water here, right? We'll go take it back to the plant. Alright, excuse me, Boogie. Alright, so now we take it over to the plant. So all you do when you need to refill or re-water your plant, you simply just lift up the top here like this, and you pour the water directly into here. You never pour the water into the soil, because then all of your nutrients will go into your watering reservoir on the bottom. So you simply just pour the water directly into there, and then the wick, as long as the wick goes into the water, then it'll pull it up. So we need another one of those, and then that way it'll be all the way up to that cap. But I'm gonna let you guys go there, and that's pretty much it. How you do a transplant, tomato transplant, and how you make a self-watering system, and how it all works. Now the coolest thing about the wick is that it works like a tap root. So it's going to absorb as much water as what the soil and what the plant needs and what it calls for. So it's never going to overwater itself. If this was outside and it got rained on, that rainwater would just drip down to the bottom. Of course, we're saying we don't want to drain out all of the nutrients, so you don't want to keep it in the rain. But if it did, you wouldn't ever have this overwatered at all. So there you have it. I'm Dan the Glass Man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. And that's how you do a tomato transplant and self-watering system. All right. Say bye, Boogie.
Bye. It might have to press a button.
You want to press that button? Go for it.
I want that one.
The red one.